Hello everyone, this is I am Sagar Shah and we are at the 8th round of the World Youth Olympiad 2017. It's a great day over here and there's a lot of interesting things that are happening. So I'm here to take you through the day. Let me first see if the sound and everything is okay. If you guys are online, just let me know if everything is alright. Today on the top board, Russia is taking on Armenia, so that's a very interesting match to look forward to. And apart from that, on the second board, India is up against Uzbekistan. Yeah, so that's also an interesting match. So this is going to be great fun, and we are going to look at some of the games. First of all, let me just take you some of the initial moments of the round, and I think it was something very interesting that I have captured in the video form. So maybe it would be very nice to show you guys about it. Angom Nongsha is here and he says, good afternoon sir, cannot hear you. Okay, sound is not good. Let me just... Hello. Now can you hear me? I think I've just fixed the sound. Maybe there were some issues. If you guys can hear me, just let me know. Hello. Yeah, I think the sound should be okay for now. Yeah, Vinayak Sutar says it's okay now. Okay, that's good. Yeah. All right. So let's first take you through some interesting bit of video of the round. Show you that video feed. Okay. Just trying to get the feed on air. Just bear with me for a moment. Yep. Let's see if this works. Window capture. Yeah. No. I need to... Well, I had some things prepared, but it seems like things have gone wrong. Just trying to... Yes, that's what I wanted to show. And yeah, that's the video that I took today, and one that I wish to show you guys. That's India against Uzbekistan, and you can see Pragnananda in front of you, and that's Uzbekistan board number 3 who's up against Nihal Sarin, and that's what caught my attention here. Nihal has opened the game with the game 1, 2, 3 and here opponent got completely surprised with the little B3 and is thinking about his move. Nihal is well known for making some interesting opening choices, and this is the game between Indian and his opponent Uzbek player who's around 2254. Indian opened with knight f6 and white played knight to f3, and here Indian went for the move g6. Now this is very interesting move because Indian is a King's Indian player, and his opponent went for g3, which is also one of my favorite ways to play against the King's Indian, the fianchetto system. Played and now c4 was played. So he's okay with the Grundfeld, but Indian likes the King's Indian, so he castled, and his opponent d6. Okay, so we can't hear what you're saying. That's what people are right now pointing at. I guess there is some issue related to this. Can you hear me now? I think this should work. Maybe it's because of the voice of the video. Yeah. So maybe I have to okay, anyway, so let me just because I just wanted to show you the video, so I won't be speaking much right now, but just show you the video very quickly. Okay, so c4 d6 castling knight bd7, knight to c3, and I think here Indian went for the move e5 and e4 was played. So we have this position in front of us, and you know what white is usually trying to do in such systems is maintain his central pawn structure. If he can keep these pawns like this, black cannot really go for his typical kingside play with the move f5. That is why you will see that in the fianchetto system it is wrong to play the move d5 for white. So for example, let's say black makes a waiting move a6 here, d5 would be not so good, mainly because black can immediately go for the move knight h5 and then push f5. So chess forever asks, is this some sort of a Catalan? No, it's the King's Indian defense. It is, white is having the same format as the Catalan, but black has developed his bishop on g7, and that makes it a King's Indian. If the bishop were on e7, that would have been a Catalan in some ways. Yes. So Kaustav Chatterjee is online. He says hey, and yes, welcome Kaustav. There's also Angom who says he's in the bus and there's a lot of noise around, but he cannot miss the live coverage. Now that's very kind and very nice of you to listen to me on the bus. Maybe you can ask other people to join in watching. Yes, knight c5, as Vinayak Suthar says, is also possible. This is also fine. And then let's say white goes something like knight e1, trying to defend this, but the main idea overall is to play f5. So that is why d5 is not such a great option closing the center. What Indian did here was he immediately released the tension in the center, and after knight takes d4, he played the move rook to e8, and what he's planning to do is he's going to attack the e4 pawn. He's going to put his knight on c5, and then he's just going to put these pressure on the central pawns. Now what white has to do is keep everything intact. If white can go something like h3, bishop e3, queen c2, rook d1, rook e1, he will have an amazing position. Arjun Dave says this reminds me of the first game of Carlsen against some Nigerian in the World Cup. Yes, but I think it was a Perk defense if I'm not wrong, but this is King's Indian, so a little bit different. And Chess Forever says white could try f4. Okay, maybe it's the other position you're talking about, not here. And what is the best spot for white's black squared bishop? Yes, very good question, Harsha Polavaram. Bishop on e3 is just the best, I would say, but often you have a problem with this pawn here. because of bishop on e3. But if you can manage it with queen c2 bishop e3, nothing like it. It bolsters your center. Many people try to take the bishop on b3 bb2. For that, I recommend you the games of Bronston. If you look at it from black side, you will realize that bishop on b2 is a bit too slow and there are a lot of tactical opportunities. Yeah, bishop on g5 doesn't is not so good. Yes, Chess Forever says the game reminds me of a Maroczy bind. I do think so. The only difference is mostly in the Maroczy bind, the pawn from c7 is on e7, and so you have a Sicilian kind of a thing. Here the pawn is not on e7, so it gives a different flavor to the position altogether. Now h3 was played, which is a good move. I like it because he wants to play bishop e3 without having to worry about ng4 at any point. And then black played knight c5, and I think this is where we kind of left off. I am not sure what happened next in this game. Just trying to catch up on it. Yeah, there have been few more moves. After knight c5, white played rook e1, and then bishop d7 was played. So white is still having good control in the center. Does black equalize here, is what Arjun Dave says. Well, I'm not so sure. I think white has a small edge. Black has to play accurately, but black is not trying for equality here. If he's trying for equality, he would play the queen's gambit or some solid opening. What he's trying here is to play for an unbalanced game, and then the computer evaluation doesn't matter, because one wrong move from white and there will be some tactics. So we'll just try to see what happens. Natural Talent says this is the Botvinnik system or something like that. No, this is not the Botvinnik system. It's the Fiat. I think there was some disconnection. Now we are back on live on air, so pardon me for this disconnection. I'm not the one responsible for this over here. The internet is bad. I really need to get things sorted somehow, talk to the organizers, but it's somehow not working out, so sorry for that. Okay, so there's one question which says b4 move over here for white. Okay, it's possible, but overall after knight e6, I think black will get some play with the move a5. So that is the reason why b4 has to be played carefully. Of course it's possible, not a bad move. A5 is also an idea, as Rahul Suresh says. So let's have a look at the game, what happened here. After bishop d7, white played b3. I'm not a big fan of this move because black immediately played a5. Now he has some play with the move a4 at some point, and this is going to be very dangerous. Because this is where the play is. You can see that black is only waiting with his pieces on good squares, and the moment white makes a mistake, he's going to make use of that fact. So after b3, a5, bishop b2 was played, and a4, which is also Indian is a very direct player. He's not waiting for any invitation to get some play going, and he plays a4. White goes for rook b1. I think the problem with the move b4 over here would have been a3, and bishop has to go back to c1, which is not particularly the best thing to happen. Shankar ji says, could you add the name of the respective sides on the boards? Okay, this is something which I will improve for the next time. Thanks for your feedback. Right now it's a little bit difficult for me. This game which is being analyzed right now is Indian is black, and white player is, what's his name? Let me just get the name right. Wakido Daler. Yeah, Daler Wakido is the white. Okay, now a4 was played, rook b1, and here after rook b1, ab3, and now you can see Indian has created some inroads on the queen side. His rook is activated here, and now he goes h5 on the king side. So you can see that black is just very creating these small things, small inroads into the white's position, activating his pieces. The rook on a8 is so perfectly placed now. And Tharun says, I love this channel, I follow every video. Thank you so much, Tharun. It's a pleasure that you do this. h5, queen c2, and again a nice move, h4. I like the way Indian is playing this. It's very nice. Doubling on the a file is possible. I think now black is going to get some tactical tricks going in this position. It's just the kind of position Indian likes, you know. So rook a d1 was played, hg3, fg3, and you can see one of the biggest drawbacks now is that the e5 square, rook e5, not a bad move, but the e5 square is now an outpost, and black is going to make use of it. He's going to put his knight on h5, bishop on e5, queen can at some point get to h4 after white plays g4. So I have a feeling that Indian is just going to win this. Yes, I'm coming to the games of Pragnananda and Nihal, as Uttam Kumar Reddy says. So hg, fg, knight h5 was played by black, queen f2 here, and I think this is where the game has stopped. I am expecting that there could be some move like bishop e5. Yeah, looks interesting. Also possible could be queen g5, just thinking out loud. Yeah, there are so many possibilities. What about taking on d4 and then taking on b3? Another tactical idea. I think yes, Indian has played wonderfully. About the question of whether he has played better than Aryan or not, well, it's difficult to say because Aryan is playing on the top board, and you cannot really judge the two things here on that. Now let's go to the game between I just want to show you a few more things over here, and I will stop speaking because once the video begins you can't hear me, so I will just fast forward the video. Well, the most interesting thing I see in this video is how Nihal is thoroughly bored that his opponent is not replying. Okay, so let's get to the game of Pragnananda, who's playing white against his opponent, a very strong player actually, Vokido Samsidin. He is rated 2412, so 100 points below Prag, but I think he's a very experienced guy. Has played a lot of good events, and Prag went for something different. Prag went for his favorite e4 e5, but he played the move d6 here, and this is much different from what he has been playing in this tournament, which is his favorite Arkhangel's variation with bishop c5. So yeah, Rahul said, Suresh asks, what is the time control? Yes, it's 90 minutes plus 30-second increment per move, no increment after 40 minutes. That makes it all the more exciting. And Chess Forever says, I played Nihal casually once and he likes offbeat openings. Well, Nihal likes to try different stuff. That's what I realized. He plays e4 in one game, he plays d4 in another. So he is a guy who likes to experiment a lot. So castle was played here, sorry, d6 was played by black, and after castle bishop d7. This is the deferred Stenitz opening, and white went for the move d4. Now this is where the position stands after bishop e3, and I have a feeling that Pragg should be pretty happy with this position. He has got some kind of a nice Rai Lopez, his bishop on g7, and he might go rook e8, force white to play d5 at some point, and then later on break with c6. Some ideas like this. Okay, so I think Pragg's game is very interesting, and there are a lot of other games that we could cover, but for now I would say that I would just show you one last time the video of Pragg playing. So Indian green team is playing against Uzbekistan, and Indian blue team is now against Iran, and that's another game to look forward to. I hope that you kind of enjoyed the bit of analysis we did. We're trying to bring you live broadcast from Indian events now. Just to tell you, I'll be traveling to a lot of different events after this, to the Bhopal Open, then to Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, and over there we are going to keep doing this live broadcast, make it better, and we're trying to bring world class coverage to India, and so things will improve. I hope that you are finding this of some value. If you have some suggestions, please do write down in the comment section here, and I will be continuing this every day. Tomorrow is the last round, and in this tournament you can say Russia has I think the best chance, unless they lose today against Armenia, which I don't see it happening. Has the best chance, and after that India is doing pretty well, and I think today they should be beating Uzbekistan. Arjun Dave, thank you so much. He says great stuff and kudos to you. So thank you guys, and I'll stay in touch. I'll just switch the live broadcast for you to enjoy, and then